Woman fined for obstruction of justice in son's case. Guyana Times. And Smith, a 67-year-old resident of Meadowbrook, Georgetown, has been found guilty of attempting to obstruct justice and was fined $100,000 by Magistrate Annette Singh at the Georgetown Magistrates Court on Friday. The conviction arises from an incident on July 8, 2024, at Lot 139 Silver Valley Road, where Smith allegedly interfered with police efforts to arrest her son, Jeremy Smith, who was wanted in connection with serious charges involving the publication of obscene photographs and videos of his ex-girlfriend. The case drew significant public attention following Jeremy Smith's initial arrest, with Smith's actions perceived as an attempt to impede the legal process. During her court appearance in August 2024, Smith pleaded not guilty to the charge of obstruction of justice. While the prosecution did not oppose her bail request, they sought conditions requiring her to surrender her passport and report to the Criminal Investigation Department, CID, twice a month. Smith's attorney, UC Anderson, argued for her to retain her passport for medical reasons, specifically to seek treatment in the United States. The court ultimately allowed her to keep her passport, with the stipulation that she report to the CID. After her conviction on January 24, 2025, Smith was fined $100,000. Should she fail to pay the fine, she faces a potential 6-month prison sentence. Warring brothers released after courtroom apology. Guyana Times. In a dramatic turn of events, brothers Wayne and Sheldon Ford from Green Street, Work and Rust, Georgetown, have been released from custody following a public apology for their disruptive behavior in and outside the courtroom. The altercations began on January 3 and escalated into a notable incident that attracted significant public attention. The Ford brothers faced charges of using abusive language after a verbal altercation in the Georgetown Magistrates Court. Initially pleading not guilty, they were granted bail of $10,000 each and instructed to maintain peace. However, their calm was short-lived, as they quickly engaged in a heated argument outside the courthouse on Brickdam Street, which turned physical and disrupted traffic. Witnesses reported seeing Sheldon shove Wayne during their confrontation, prompting a response from law enforcement. Their unruly behavior continued towards the nearby police station, drawing the ire of officers and the attention of Acting Chief Magistrate Faith McGusty. After further incidents of disruption in the courtroom, Magistrate McGusty revoked their bail and remanded both men to prison until their next court appearance. On Friday, when the brothers appeared virtually before the magistrate, their demeanor had notably changed. Sheldon, speaking on behalf of both, offered a heartfelt apology. "We've had time to think about everything. My brother and I have talked things over, and we want to apologize to you, my worship, and the court for our behavior. We regret what happened." The apology was accepted, and acknowledging their willingness to resolve their differences, Magistrate McGusty dismissed the case, dropping all charges against the Ford brothers. They were subsequently released from custody. Quarantine fishermen and friends robbed at gunpoint, father and son in custody. Guyana Times. A quarantine fisherman, Deodat Litawan, and his 2 friends were victims of an armed robbery by 3 masked men on Wednesday evening in Rose Hall Town, Quarantine, Region 6, East Burbus Quarantine. The incident occurred around 7 p.m. while Litawan, 62, was at home enjoying drinks with his friends and a cousin. According to Litawan, the masked intruders entered his yard, demanding money and jewelry, and forced the group into the house. They were aggressive and ruthless, Litawan recounted. The robbers made off with $45,000 from Litawan's pants pocket, as well as rings and a silver bangle he was wearing. His friends also had their valuables taken, including a phone, a laptop, and other belongings from the home before the assailants fled the scene. "I don't know if we were being targeted or not," Litawan speculated, noting that earlier that day, they had visited a location in Adventure, 13 villages away, to inquire about purchasing a boat engine but were unable to meet the asking price. The police have since questioned 2 of Litawan's friends, a father and son, who are currently assisting with the ongoing investigation. Authorities are working diligently to gather more information and apprehend those responsible for the robbery. Guyanese man shot dead in St. Martin. Kaider News reports that a Guyanese man was shot dead on Sunday morning at Cape Bay, St. Martin. While the St. Martin police force has confirmed the shooting, they have not disclosed the victim's identity or nationality. According to information received by Kaider News, the victim, originally from Guyana, had spent most of his life in St. Lucia before relocating to St. Martin. Tragically, it is understood that his girlfriend was due to give birth at the time of his death. The St. Martin police issued a statement on their official Facebook page, appealing to the public for assistance in their investigation. "We urge anyone with information related to this incident to come forward and assist with the investigation," they stated, providing contact details for tips. The police received multiple reports of the shooting just after 8 a.m. near Aaron Jacobs Drive. Upon arrival, investigators discovered the bullet-riddled body of a young man. As of now, the circumstances surrounding the incident remain unclear, and the police assure the public that their forensic department is conducting a thorough investigation. Ayodele Dalgety Dean wins Anthony N. Sobgo Award for Public and Civic Contributions. News source Guyana's own Dr. Ayodele Dalgety Dean, a prominent activist for women's and children's rights and founder of the Blossom Foundation, has been awarded the prestigious Anthony N. Sobgo Award for Public and Civic Contributions. The announcement was made this morning in Trinidad and Tobago. Dr. Dalgety Dean's non-governmental organization, Blossom Incorporated, is dedicated to protecting women and children from violence. The organization offers a range of vital services, including therapy, forensic interviewing for court cases, and initiatives that encourage the participation of migrants and refugees in the economy and society. Blossom Incorporated currently operates 8 centers across 5 of Guyana's 10 regions. As part of this honor, Dr. Dalgety Dean will receive the award along with the Guyanese dollar equivalent of 500,000 Trinidad and Tobago dollars at a gala ceremony scheduled for June 7 in Port of Spain. In addition to Dr. Dalgety Dean, 3 other laureates for 2025 were announced: jazz trumpeter Etienne Charles from Trinidad and Tobago, e-commerce agri-entrepreneur Rachel Rennie Gonzalez, also from Trinidad and Tobago, and cancer researcher Dr. Simone Badal of Jamaica. The Anthony N. Sobgo Awards for Caribbean Excellence, established in 2005, has recognized 66 Caribbean nationals, providing over $32 million in funding to support their impactful work. Burbis vendor released on $600,000 bail after fatally chopping alleged bandit. Newsroom: Sandra Maramutu, a 43-year-old poultry vendor from Portuguese Quarters, Corentine, Region 6, was granted bail in the sum of $600,000 on Monday, January 20th, following his arraignment on a manslaughter charge. The charge stems from the fatal wounding of 18-year-old Parman Pertab during an alleged robbery attempt at the Port Morant market in Burbis on October 26, 2024. Maramutu, who was initially charged with murder in November 2024, appeared before Magistrate Tuana Hardy at the Wim Magistrates Court. After consultations with the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, the charge was reduced to manslaughter under Section 94 of the Criminal Law, Offenses, Act Chapter 801 of Guyana's laws. The incident, which has drawn significant public attention, occurred when Pertab and an accomplice allegedly attempted to rob a jewelry shop at the market. Pertab, armed with a cutlass, reportedly injured the shopkeeper's assistant, while the second suspect, wielding a handgun, ordered the victims to lie on the ground. The suspects fled with stolen jewelry but were pursued by market patrons, including Maramutu. During the confrontation, Pertab was disarmed, and the stolen items were recovered. However, he sustained multiple injuries and later succumbed to his wounds at the Port Morant Public Hospital. A post-mortem examination revealed that Pertab died from multiple wounds compounded by shock and hemorrhage. Maramutu's legal counsel, attorney-at-law Lachmi Rahamath, argued that the act was in self-defense and in defense of property, citing constitutional protections under Guyana's laws. Rahamath also highlighted concerns that key witness statements were not adequately documented by law enforcement. The injured bystander, Mark Lovell, who was shot during the robbery, was treated and discharged from the hospital. All stolen jewelry was recovered and returned to the shop owner. Maramutu is scheduled to return to court on February 17 for further legal proceedings. 21-year-old arrested after allegedly setting house on fire. Newsroom: a 21-year-old man, Theodore Xavier, was taken into custody on Sunday evening following allegations that he set his house on fire in Potarano Village, South Rupununi, Region 9. The incident occurred around 8 p.m., and Xavier reportedly claimed that the house was haunted due to the presence of his mother's corpse, which was kept there years prior to her burial. The one-story flat mud house was gifted to him by his father approximately 10 years ago. According to reports, Xavier stated that he was sleeping in his hammock when it began to shake, a phenomenon he described as normal. Frustrated by this, he allegedly took a lighter and set the house ablaze. Neighbors were alerted to the fire and attempted to extinguish it, but their efforts were unsuccessful. The Lethem Fire Service was notified, and an investigation into the incident has commenced. Following the fire, the matter was reported to the police, leading to Xavier's arrest. He is currently undergoing questioning. Ben and Ramjatan clash over security sector management in National Assembly. News source Guyana. In a heated exchange during the budget debates in the National Assembly, current Minister of Home Affairs Robeson Ben and former Public Security Minister Kemraj Ramjatan confronted each other over the management and funding of Guyana's security sector. Ramjatan, now an opposition member of Parliament, highlighted an almost 16% increase in the budget for the security sector, but criticized the government for what he termed a misalignment of funds. He expressed concern over significant spending on police infrastructure without corresponding improvements in institutional capability. He pointed to the planned reconstruction of the Brick Dam police station at a cost of $1.7 billion, which he claimed accounted for 34% of the police infrastructure budget. This disproportionate allocation raises critical questions about whether the resources are being strategically utilized, Ramjatan stated. He emphasized the need for a comprehensive national security policy to address modern security challenges, citing deficiencies in maritime security and interagency coordination. In response, Minister Ben defended the infrastructure investments as essential for effective crime response. He asserted that proper facilities are necessary to combat crime effectively and noted that new police stations are being constructed across various regions, not just on the coastland. Ben remarked, "Petty crimes are at an all-time low, while the police continue to tackle transnational crime issues, attributing the rise in crime to external factors such as drug trafficking and arms smuggling." He criticized the state of police stations left by the previous government and justified the $108.7 billion allocation to the security sector in the current budget. He reassured the Assembly that alongside capital investments, efforts are being made to enhance the efficiency and integrity of the Guyana police force, including improved capabilities to investigate white-collar crimes and corruption. The discussions highlighted the ongoing challenges and priorities within Guyana's security sector, reflecting differing perspectives on resource allocation and strategic focus. Tribute to the late Jainarayan Singh JNR. Mohabir Anil Nandlal SCMP has expressed deep sorrow over the passing of Jainarayan Singh JNR, an esteemed attorney-at-law and former acting High Court judge, who died last night at the age of 78. He is survived by his wife, Isha, 2 sons, Justin and Anuj, and his daughter, Jaya Singh, also an attorney-at-law. Justice Singh was a proud alumnus of Queen's College, where he completed his O.and. levels before pursuing law at the University of London. He graduated with a Bachelor of Laws, LLB, in 1968 and later, in 1979, earned recognition as the top Commonwealth student at Middle Temple during his bar finals. His legal career spanned decades, with significant contributions to criminal law in Guyana. He was involved in high-profile political cases during the Burnham/Hoyt regime, representing the defense in several treason cases, and advocating for leaders and activists from the People's Progressive Party, PPP, and Working People Alliance, WPA. In 2000, Singh was appointed to act as a Pune judge, a role he held until his retirement in 2008. Nandlal, reflecting on his experiences in the magistrates' courts alongside Singh, noted their excellent professional relationship and Singh's helpful yet stern demeanor. After retiring from the bench, Singh returned to private practice, joining his daughter, Jaya, in chambers. His long and distinguished legal career has left an indelible mark on the profession, and his contributions as a High Court judge were significant. Nandlal extended his heartfelt condolences to Singh's family, stating, "His demise is certainly a great loss to the legal profession. May Jainarayan Singh JNR's soul rest in peace." PAHO calls for intensified efforts to address leprosy and other neglected tropical diseases. Guyana Chronicle. In recognition of World Neglected Tropical Diseases, NTD Day, the Pan American Health Organization, PAHO, has urged for increased efforts to eliminate neglected tropical diseases, which currently affect over 50 million individuals across the Americas. Diseases such as leprosy, dengue, Chagas disease, leishmaniasis, rabies, scabies, schistosomiasis, and trachoma are among more than 20 conditions that disproportionately impact vulnerable populations lacking access to safe water, basic sanitation, and healthcare services. Addressing this group of diseases requires a comprehensive and multifaceted approach, stated PAHO Director Dr. Jarba Barbosa. He underscored the need for strategies including surveillance, mass drug administration, expanded vaccination coverage, vector control, and enhanced public awareness and education. Historically, NTDs have been sidelined on the global public health agenda, often receiving minimal attention and funding. However, recent initiatives, such as PAHO's Disease Elimination Initiative, aim to eliminate over 30 communicable diseases and related conditions by 2030, including 12 from the NTD group. As of December 2024, 54 countries worldwide have successfully eliminated at least one NTD, with 11 countries in the Americas achieving elimination targets. Noteworthy milestones include Brazil's elimination of lymphatic filariasis as a public health issue in 2024, alongside previous achievements in countries like Colombia and Mexico. World Neglected Tropical Diseases Day is observed annually on January 30th. This year's theme, Acting Together, putting communities at the heart of the fight against NTDs, emphasizes the necessity of empowering communities, enhancing their capacities, and centering their voices in efforts to combat these diseases.